Welcome to this little excursion that we're going to take as I share what is high performance coaching, who it's for, what's it about, and what is it? I get that question all the time. Not everybody knows what high performance coaching is, if it's for them, who it's for, and what's really the outcome and what can you expect. So let's dive right into this little adventure and let's just talk about what is it? Is it business coaching? Is it life coaching? Well, I like to say that's the benefit. It's both. It really is designed to be whatever you need it to be. And I don't mean that in some nonsensical way. It actually does. And I'll get into that in just a moment. But let's talk about the difference between achiever to performer. The big distinction here is, as an achiever, you might want to achieve lots of things. All of us have goals, dreams, objectives that we want in both our personal and professional life. And I can share that I know from firsthand experience, I've achieved a lot of things. I went for goals and achieved some of them, but sometimes it happens in a way where we work really hard to get those goals, we achieve them, and then we feel, what's next? You're burnt out, you're maybe stressed out, and maybe kind of questioning, is it worth it? Or am I doing it the right way? So let's talk about the difference between achiever to performer. When we flip that achiever to performer, it's not just about achieving the goal. It's about how we get there and how we operate. That works in the way that's most beneficial for both our personal and professional lives. People always talk about, I want better work-life balance. I get it. We're all striving for that. They're both important. We want to be our best at both work and in our personal lives. So we show up as a mom, as a wife, as a husband, a dad, an entrepreneur, a business leader, owner. Whatever you're doing, you want to be your best. And they're both important. So how can you achieve the things you want to do and get that work-life balance? You may be working hard and getting some things done, but you just feel like you're just overwhelmed, stressed out, and you're not quite sure which way next. I get it. You're thinking to yourself, there has to be a better way. Like, show me a plan, show me a better roadmap, if you will, to get from where I am to where I want to be. Well, that's the cool thing. High Performance Habits is a book and a large study that of the world's highest performers that Brenda Burchard and the High Performance Institute did. And they took the research that they did and found out what are the most important things. They took it to 6 habits in the ways that allow people to achieve different levels of success. And here's the important thing, without sacrificing their personal well-being and maintaining positive relationships. So you're consistently getting the success you want, but you're not getting burnt out. You're not feeling like I'm not present for the people that I want to be, or I don't have time to do the things that I want. So what are those 6 habits that are the key to what I just talked about, that work-life balance that we're all striving for? Well, they are seeking clarity, generating energy, raising necessity, increasing productivity, developing influence, and demonstrating courage. We all have habits and a way that we operate, whether we like it or not. So why not pick the ones that are really going to get us to where we want to be, do, or get the results that we're after? We're all looking to just shift things. Sometimes it's not major, but it can make a big difference in where we go and how we get there. Next, let's talk about the who. Who is high performance coaching for? And who am I as your guide? If you don't know me, my name is Kristi Huss, and I'd like to share a little bit about my journey and some parts that you may or may not know that might give you a little bit of insight on why high performance coaching made a difference to me. You see, I've always been a person with big dreams, ambitious goals, thinking anything is possible. And I much explored that through the world as a travel advisor. And I have been booking travel for people almost 30 years in some capacity. In that time, I've also been married for over 30 years and have 6 wonderful daughters, including quadruplets. So my life changed when my family doubled overnight, and I consistently had to keep readjusting and redefining what is the right path for me. I became an entrepreneur, opened my own travel business, and also had the ambitions of doing things to support others in their own journey, get to where they want to be, not just in the world, but in life. And I did that writing some books, a podcast, a TEDx talk, achieving some big goals. And sometimes was finding I myself was burnt out, stressed out. Was it really worth it when I got there? Was I operating at my best? And so when I went through high performance coaching, I was like, this is the trip that I really, really needed to go on. It was like this internal exploration to find out through this process how to design the best roadmap and the plan on how I'm going to operate best for where I want to go. And I thought, this is what I want to do. I want to do more of that and help people explore the world through travel, but also explore their own internal world and help get them to where they want to be in their personal and professional goals. And I do that when I got certified as a high performance coach. And working with others, who is it for? Well, I've worked with many people, and that's the cool thing. It doesn't work just for me. It's worked for everybody that I have coached. And the funny thing is, it's not just one time, because as you achieve success, you're at a different stage. You come across new limiting beliefs, new fears, new things that come up that you are trying to work through and progress through. So it works time and time again, which is the really fun thing, and it works for anybody. Sometimes people come in and think, I really want to work on these specific goals, but we don't get so tied to those outcomes, because as we go along, we might find there's a better slight shift for them. And we're going to do it in the way that is best for them. And what's the good and bad about it? Well, I'm going to say even the bad is good. So what I found to be true, and what I hear from others, is we all know life's going to happen. It's going to throw us these curveballs, these roadblocks. And as things happen, it can really shake us, but we don't want it to derail us. So by having this process in place that you go through and find out how to operate your best and how to interact with others, how to respond when things come your way so that you can stay on track, be present, be fulfilled, and have joy even when that comes up, well, that's where I find that high performance coaching is actually the most beneficial to me. We all want it to be good, and there's great good results, but sometimes in the bad is where I find out this is really good. So who else is it for? Well, anybody that seeks to do things a little bit better, a little bit of a change, and just say maybe something isn't working for me. If you've ever picked up a book, listened to a podcast, Googled how to change something about your life and to make things experience a little bit better, well, personal development isn't just for a one and done book. It is to constantly keep developing, and that's what we do. We keep developing, moving forward. Don't stay stuck in the past and things that didn't go right. In fact, there can be some good information there on how to avoid it, what you can learn. We don't want to stay stuck there. We want to keep moving forward, and that's the beauty. High performance coaching is a forward-moving process, and it's based on real results from the high performers that get you from where you are to where you want to be and how you want to feel as you're doing it. What to expect? Well, the typical high performance pathway process is 12 weeks. And it like I said, it is a specific week by week theme to continue progressing off one another. And the important thing is about that 90 days and that 12 weeks is you're not just learning something and then on your own to do it. You're allowed the time to work on something, come back, refine it further and build on it. So that integration is really important. And you might do that. Maybe you're coming through it in an individual capacity on a one-on-one coaching with me. I call that my Voyager package. And that is because we go deep. It is an all about you exploration process. And this is really important. In either way we do coaching, it is not me telling you what to do. You already know what to do, but a lot of times it's hard for us to see it. We have those blind spots. Those things we get stuck in, it's really hard to tell. So I will guide you through the process, and you're going to have those reflections, those ahas, breakthroughs that come forth, and we're going to help you fill in your own pathway and best operating system to benefit you for whatever you're your desired goals and outcomes are. Maybe you're going to come through it with a group, which is what I call an expedition, and you're traveling together. And that might be for a organization or company reasons where you're coming in for specific objectives. But that doesn't mean that we don't want it to benefit you personally. And we still want to use your unique strengths, gifts, and so that you can enjoy and get the results that you want in both those personal and professional endeavors. What is the time commitment? Well, like I said, if you are doing the 12 weeks, it is going to be an hour per session that is focused again on an individual topic. It might be on productivity, energy, courage, addressing your fears, persuasion, influence. It's going to be on a series that's going to build off of each other week to week with that outcome, again, that's designed best for you. Of course, we're going to start with clarity. We don't always like to go there. We just want to get to the good stuff. But in order for us to design the right plan for you, we need to start there. And so we'll get you from where you are to where you want to be. And I'm going to meet you where you're at to do that. And so that hour process of the actual session, and then is there any work outside of it? Well, you're going to get additional information and resources. And I don't call it homework. I like to refer to it as home worth, because I feel like you're worth the extra time to go deeper and work a little bit to think through what you just learned and how to implement that, and then be prepared for the next week. So again, thank you for coming on this little adventure with me and this excursion. And I look forward to working with you even further as we go on the bigger voyage or expedition together.